the Athletics. Can't call them Oakland anymore, but it's nice to have those 3 wins in a row in a particular series. They gave a nice warm welcome to their the Oakland's the A's new temporary 3-year ballpark um, by beating them 3 games in a row. So we had the first game Monday, which was 18-3 blowout by the Cubs, where our offense just went off, and Brown Ben Brown pitched, did well. I think he gave up 3 runs, 3 earned runs, all 3 earned runs, and the bullpen held them the rest of the way. Tuesday we won 7-4. Steele kind of had a little comeback. He still gave up a couple home runs. That's the part that I think that's a little concerning so far with Steele. He's leaving that slider up, and it's not getting enough down. And the better hitters are punishing that ball. So hopefully, not worried about him. This season, not worried about him at all. It'll be nice it'll be excited to know when he actually, comes into form. So I'm not too concerned. We got the W. Steele pitched. He did better than the previous outing, so not too concerned about that. He's going to be fine. We just need him to be just a little slightly more consistent and Steele-like. Then we won last night, Wednesday night, to complete the sweep, 10-2. Jaimeson Taillon. Now Jaimeson, made up for his last start. Last start was rough. He got rocked. He didn't do well. Location was off. Some of the pitches were off, but he only let up 2 runs. And one of the things I loved about his performance is the fact that he was throwing that changeup, which wasn't normal for last year or previous years. He's throwing that changeup early, and you could tell that hitters were not ready for it. As the game went on, he didn't use it as much, actually. I think he threw that his four-seam, I think, over 50% of the time, if I'm not mistaken. But he looked sharp. He looked on. Cubs offense came through, scoring 10 runs to help support him. And obviously, final was 10-2. Taillon only gave up 2 runs, and our bullpen did their responsibility and shut him down. I don't want to talk too much about the bullpen, about the series at least. They weren't put in too bad of a position to there wasn't close saves. It wasn't high pressure. Cubs were up. The closest game was 7-4. The Cubs were up most, so the pressure wasn't as heavy. It'll be good, nice and telling. These next couple series when we're in a closer games, especially if we have a lead, to kind of see how they handle the pressure. That'll be nice to see, and hopefully it's all positive. But one of the things I want to focus on, though, of course, for this series, the man King Tuck. I mean, check out his stat. So his stat line, I'm sure everybody's heard it by now. At least they've viewed it at some point. But his stat line for the first all these first games of the season was that 2, 6, so 9 games of the season. We're 5-4. He's got 37 at bats. This is Kyle Tucker. 37 at bats, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs, 2 stolen bases. His batting average is .324 with an OPS of 1.228. Holy cow. This dude's on fire. And I mean, he's not carrying the team. However, he is the major spark. One of the best hitters in baseball right now. I believe he leads he leads in a lot of categories, or a couple categories for stats for individual players. Not really important right now. However, what is showing up is his ability to lead. He leads quietly. He leads with his bat. He leads with his calm presence. And I'm telling you, this is a Cubs player that, as a fan, I want around for a very long time. Don't want to get into too much about the, should we sign him, should we not, or should we try before the season's over. I don't think it matters whether we try short term, whether we try when the season's over. This is a player that's going to require big dollars. The Cubs just have to open up their wallet if they want him. Period. Otherwise, at the very minimum, Cubs fans, enjoy the ride while it lasts. We have 150 something, 53 games left. Let's enjoy this ride. Let's hope Kyle Tucker stays healthy. And let's hope he and the Cubs both have a mutual interest at the end of the season. But right now, we're in MLB season 2025. So let's just ride this out and hope that what he's doing right now for this season continues all season long. And part of the value isn't just his stats. He's, when you have a player like that in the lineup, which we haven't had in a while. I mean, Cody Bellinger during his hottest time isn't even as good as Kyle Tucker is right now. He's bringing along and making the other players better. I mean, Seiya's hammering the ball now. He had a slow start for sure. But now Seiya's seeing some pitches with Tucker around him in the lineup that he's able to mash. Players getting on. It's one more batter to move when Kyle Tucker gets on base, whether it's a walk, a hit, home run. It's one more batter to see in the lineup. I'm kind of automatic out. But you got Seiya, who's hot. You've got Nico, who's had a fantastic series. And you got Dansby Swanson, who's doing well. A lot of the averages don't show how well the Cubs are hitting and their quality of at-bats, but I'm pretty much happy with everybody. I mean, the catcher position was weak last year. That was a point of contention, and that's already improved. Shoot, one of them's got the cycle already in one game, but the catcher position's producing. Crow Armstrong is showing little signs of improvement. He's getting on base. He's getting hits. I still think he's going to be an impact player throughout the season. Every time he gets on base, I'm going to keep saying it. If he gets on base 2 or more times in a game, Cubs are scoring 7, 8, 9 runs. No problem. Him on base is just fantastic. Our team speed is helping out. But anyway, so Kyle Tucker, he's a superstar. We want him forever. I'm just going to appreciate what he's doing right now, and then appreciate what he's doing the rest of the season, and how he's impacting the lineup as it goes down. Whether he's batting 2 or 3, he makes everybody better around him. And the quality of our lineup, it's one of those lineups that if we looked at last year, 2024, a pitcher would look at our top 4, top 5, maybe sometimes, depending on the time of the season, and say, okay, all I got to do is get to these top 4 or 5 batters, then I can breathe. Now, with the way everybody's hitting and the quality of bats they're having, I look at all 9 and go, damn, not only do I have to get through the top 3 or 4, I got to go through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, who are also putting together quality bats, also hitting home runs, also getting hits in clutch situations with runners in base. Also, most of them not PCA too much, but being patient, taking walks when they need to. And then when I get through those, I got to go right back up to someone like Tucker, who at any moment can hit the ball 400, over 400 feet for a home run and make a huge impact in the ball game. So I think, he's a huge key. Can you imagine if we got Bregman also? If Bregman was in the lineup right now? Jeez Louise. Anyway, Matt Shaw's not doing poorly. I just think his quality of bats hopefully will improve, but his defense is great. His speed in the bases has been great. He's been finding ways on, not crushing the ball, but he's finding ways on. So no complaints there as of right now. But it was just a comment for how our offense is doing, and you insert someone like Bregman's bat in there along with Tucker. Whew. Anyway, so the A's series, I'm kind of diverting a little bit. So far in the standings, we are. In the series, all the starters gave us a chance to win all 3 games. The relief, all of them, bend, don't break. Maybe some base runners got on. We didn't give up a ton of runs, and our offense is showing its potential. Hopefully, it's not our peak, but at minimum, it's showing what our offense can do against pretty decent, pitching. It's not like we were playing, farm arms. Um, but they're all professional pitchers, and we just put the ball in play. We forced the other team to make plays and mistakes. We hit home runs. We 2-out hits, runners in scoring position, base hits, or moved a runner over to score. Like we're just doing all the right things right now, and I'd love to see that continue against the teams that we're getting ready to face. And right now the Cubs are 5-4 in the standings. We're right behind the Cardinals, who I think they're good for them. They got a decent start, but it's gonna snowball for them at some point. They'll get a couple losses, and it'll snowball for them at some point. I don't think they're built like we are to last 162 games. We have two home series coming up, and we're tomorrow, Friday the 4th. We are opening day at Wrigley Field. Cubs been part of so many opening days now; it's kind of crazy. But and we're playing the opening up against the Padres. I believe it's Imanaga versus Randy Vasquez. That should be a pretty quality matchup. Padres haven't lost a game, 3-game series. Let's go win 2 of 3, and give them their first couple losses. And I mean, I looked at the scores of all the Padres games, and they've only scored. The most they've ever scored is 7 runs. Our last 3 games, we scored 10, 7, 18. So I know it doesn't translate from game to game and team to team, or opponent to opponent, but I mean, they're playing professional teams. They're only scoring 7. So if we can put that many and hold them to less, I feel like we can, and we have somewhat of a chance. And then we have 3-game series against the Padres, and we have a 3-game series against Texas. So we have a 6-game home series against 2 very good opponents, and nice quality test after a sweep of the A's. So I don't want to ever downplay it or wish for less, but I'm still saying if we come out of that 6-game series 500, or we take 4 of 6, win both series, I'm happy. Because we have a tough April, and we continue to split series and split games. I'm okay with that, because theoretically May is going to be a lot. Nothing's ever easy, but statistically it's going to be a little bit higher quality win month. I don't know how you say that, but all right, cool. Well, quality series. Everybody, the whole team played pretty well. I think Craig Counsell made some great decisions, taking pitchers out when he did, substituting in Justin Tucker in a couple at bats when he did for Michael Busch. I know it created a couple of runs and a couple runners on base. But Cubs are 5-4, second place in the Central, and I think 100%, like the projections all show, they are currently the team to beat. So Padres game tomorrow, opening day, Wrigley Field. Go Cubs, go! And let's get another sweep. Talk to you soon. Bye.